So the General Assembly is a date once a year where we invite all our shareholders, where we share our latest news and the results of the year before. In presence of a notary, there will be some voting for the board members to be re-elected. The auditor will be re-elected, for example.
Yesterday was our annual meeting for the year closing 2021, and that was quite an important meeting. It was the first meeting we were doing after the pandemic. So we actually were three times more people than we used to be before. That was quite a change. The other thing was that the evolution of the company is so incredible that people wanted to see it with their own eyes, and look at it. And that was also a great moment of cheering. There was also some changes because for the first time, Harry was not there with me, and a new board member has joined the company. And also, we had a difficult year. In fact, the year 2022 is probably the most difficult year. So it was also a moment of cheering to support the team, to support me, to help and to share this pleasure of being alive and pleasure of going forward.
It was just a great time to see all the shareholders. The chemistry is usually, they are very friendly. It's like really like a big family. We are almost 200 people, and it is always very nice to speak to all of them.
Today we've done the shareholder tour, which is basically a sort of atelier touring, going from one place to another, going from one partner to another partner. And it's probably the first time that we have had so many people together. And at the same time, it's probably the first time that the partners were so excited by having us during an hour or an hour and a half visiting their place.
First, what we have seen today was the guillochage, where they do this beautiful pattern for our Quai de Berck models. And people never really understood and could not appreciate how much work it is and how this is really done. So when you see this firsthand doing someone, this guillochage, how precise it has to be, and these machines, they are like 100 years old and always still working. So this is, I think this is great to see, and great to as well to understand really the value of such a dial.
We had great visits in the guillochet maker. They could enjoy all the details and see the plans for the future, which is also what shareholders love to see, because it's always an ongoing process. It's a journey that is never ending. And at the same time, when we came to Aurélien, even see the case making, they could go into how much work requires each component. Things that seem to be normal, natural, and maybe forgotten, because a case is not necessarily the first thing that people look at. Well, suddenly starts to have a soul because of the work of all the people around it, and the savoir-faire that they have, and the perfection they give to the execution of this machining, drilling, polishing, and assembly, etc. What was very interesting today, especially when we were visiting AB Product, was that we connected with the designer, Adrian Bushman, based in London. And from London, on the screen, it explained the birth of the Antarctic S. And then we could see how that design birth could be converted into a 3D that was ready to be machined, and how this 3D was becoming then a program for the machines, and then how the machines were working. And it was the first time that we have done in such a comprehensive way the presentation of the case making of a watch. And people loved it. And I think Aurélien has made the best visit he ever made. So he was really great. Everything was fantastically prepared. And I think the people are just amazed by what they see.
I thought it's really very interesting to see how really this watch is, this journey the watch is doing from a conception, from an idea of a design team until really you have the ready product in your hands. So the really to understand how many steps are in this process. So I think again this is something which shows you the value of such a product, which is hard to understand just by reading a book or getting it explained. So if you see it really live, it makes all the difference.
We always wanted to work this way because this is our culture, to explain that the watch is as much our watch than the watch of our partners. This is what makes Czapek so unique, because it connects people. And it's not only collecting rare people, but it's connecting them in a way that they feel inside a family instead of feeling inside a company. This is really great. Sorry?
A bit longer. Not too close next.